Good evening, my viewer back at home. It's my pleasure to invite you to our today's show. The show is The Heart of the Nation, where we get to discuss about issues that are going around in our country and more so the electoral issues. Today with me here, I've got a guest. He'll tell us his name and maybe what he does. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My name is Jamie Mella, and what I do is actually I'm an executive officer for the IEBC, or the Inter-Electoral Boundary Commission of Kenya, and I oversee duties as an electoral commissioner, peoples and polls and how we vote, stages and everything that deals with voting as a process.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jimmy. Today we're going to be telling us about how it goes about the electoral or the election that are just on the corner coming.
Well, it's just simple. It's been something that has been there for the past about 40 years, ever since we started having Kenya as a republic.
Yeah.
Everything that we do is based on what people want. So if someone feels as if he wants a different kind of president, if he wants a different kind of governor and MPs and everything, so what we do is that we create this platform where the whole nation as one will create one leader and one individual that will govern us as a country and just be us. You know.
And maybe before we continue, recently you have the death of Mr. Christopher Msando. What preparation have you done so far? Do you have a replacement for the IT manager so far?
Well, that is of course, we as electoral and boundary commission officers, one thing about us is that we are so well informed when it comes to crisis. And we are so deeply overwhelmed by the death of our favorite colleague, Mr. Msando, but we still have protocols on when things should happen. So when we found out that this guy had passed on, it was a quick procedure, quick movement, quick protocol. We also have people that are standby. So if someone is not on, for example, when one of us isn't around, maybe sick or something, we also have people that are in for them. It's just the same thing.
What plan do you have for the election?
Well, for the date 8, what we have is just simple, we just want a free and fair election, Whatever happened in 2007 isn't something that we like again, So we're just trying to create a portal or a platform where everyone will just vote fairly and vote without injustice, and more of it is just, everything that has been happening right now, we are trying to avoid everything that happened in 2007. And so we have tried to bring out people that actually educate in terms of voting, and we have people that we sent, people that are working for the IEBC, that we sent them to different counties, different representatives in different areas, so that they could teach the less fortunate or the Kenyans out there who actually are illiterate rather, or semi-illiterate, on how to vote. We are tired of having rigged elections. We are tired of having spoiled votes, like us Kenyans. So everything that we are doing right now is trying to create a very fine election where there is nothing that will cause disruption.
And Mr. Jimmy, approximately how many people or how many presiding officers do you have in our 290 polling stations?
Now, if for every 290 polling stations, we have approximately 5 for every polling station. Now, these presiding officers are supposed to be there to preside fairly. Now, we do not want people that are impartial or partially, like they have different segments where they feel like this one has to pass and this one has to pass. So having 5 makes us sure that there will not be those coincidences where we have someone's doing this and the other's doing that. We just want a fair and fine election.
And we had issues about the agents. Maybe with the agents, are you the one who selected the agents, or the aspirant will have to choose the agent? And maybe do you allow them into the polling stations or the areas where the boxes are?
Well, if we as the electoral commission were to actually choose these agents, as you say, it will not have been a fine election. If we had to choose someone that is to stand by you, you'd have to do things by us.
Sure.
That is human thinking, right? So what we do is that if you are an aspirant and you want to be a governor, you choose your own, like the guy that has to come with you. They have the electoral based to the polling station. So when every time this agent will check that your votes are not interfered with, or your rights are not interfered with. So they will not have that. No, if we have every agent there when the polling stations are done voting, so we already know the voting ballot for the aspirants for the presidency is actually there, for the member of parliament, MCA, that way. So having that creates that venue where things are actually very justifiable.
Okay, and okay, I'm very grateful that you have made it clear that to us, and you have made it clear to the citizens back at home that you have the agents and you allow them into the polling station, that is, and maybe they can stay. Recently, the IBC had said that you should not stay like 100 meters away from the polling station immediately you are over with the voting. You have made it clear, and you're very grateful. The other question now comes. Are these agents allowed to assist maybe the disabled or the old-aged? Do you assist them? Do you let them assist their people, maybe?
No, not really. What we feel is that if this agent is supposed to be in relation to the aspirant that is supposed to be there, we feel as if he's supposed to only stand for the aspirant, he shouldn't be working also with the other people. Now, for the other people that will be voting, we have selected a few representatives for them. They can actually come with someone that will do it for them. Yes, and they'll have to sign that I have actually helped this guy vote for for the other person. Yes, but for the agent, for the aspirant now, he does not have that side. The jurisdiction remains with him having just helping or knowing rather the rights of his aspirant are not, or his clients
and Mr. Jimmy, maybe to cut you short, these people, wherever they assist, you're going to be seeing like they are biased. You go, if an old person comes in and they maybe say, for example, I want Raila Odinga, and the person goes ahead and signs for Uhuru Kenyatta, what action can be taken against them, maybe?
No, that is what we are saying. Now, for the agents, they strictly remain with their clients.
Yeah.
Extremely with their clients. Anyone that is not an agent for the aspirant has a representative we have allocated in the polling stations that he or she will be helped with when it comes to voting. So we have minimized that idea of people trying to have bad, of which will still have like we always do. But at least this time we have minimized the chances of having a very spoiled vote.
And maybe the laws that will exist that day, because maybe there are the laws that maybe state that an agent should not do like this or this. Are they applying worldwide, or just applying for the polling station itself?
I believe our government structure and everything about our electoral boundaries commission and everything that has to do with voting, we follow a procedure based on the Britain policies. Now, we were colonized with the Britain, yes? So everything that we do has, as far as I'm concerned, the Britain follow us. The policies we follow are same as the Britain. So for the others, I wouldn't know, but I would be so sure to tell people out there that we'll be having a very, very fair elections. And we promise to have a very fair elections.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you very much, whoever you're watching us from home. Remember, today with us here, this show is The Heart of the Nation. We have Jimmy, who is an executive in the IBC, and he's going to be telling us whatever is not clear, and maybe you have a question, you can send your question through our SMS number 22333, or else you can call us through the line 0711 710 415, or else you can find us through our website www.nidzatv.co.ke. Now, back to you, Jimmy.
Yes.
You said that these people will be assisted. And maybe we have the old ones who cannot be able to be in a position maybe to walk very fast, and maybe they cannot even sustain themselves, standing in the queues, the long queues that are always there. So what do you do about them? Are you giving them chances, or just you tell them you just queue just like any other?
Yes. Now, the aspect of having a fair and just election is that every person that has come to vote will have the chance to vote.
Yeah.
Now, for having the clerks, we have representatives, we have the polling officers. Now, all these people are responsible for people to actually vote in that day. So if the polling stations are open from 6 to 6 p.m., we have every person that came there in the duration of time that people have to vote.
Yeah.
Okay. So we won't have this idea of people not voting because he was late or something. People must vote that is our right as Kenyans and as citizens. That is our right. We have to vote.
Okay, well, thank you. Then what criteria do you use when rejecting some votes and maybe you consider these votes as a true vote? What criteria do you use, you people?
Now, in the criteria we have two criteria. One is the markings of the ballot papers, and the other one is the colors that we have. Like the president, we have the white for the president. So, and for if you want to tick, you could actually tick this one. If you don't want this one, it's an X. It's the same thing. So, this criteria we have used, and we have trying to actually improve it by having people, like I say, the representatives that would help these people, the illiterate, or even the literate people. People make mistakes. So if he wanted to sign for the president, and he ticked the president, but on ticking the president, his signature or his tick slided past to another box. Now, for that, we wouldn't be sure if he was voting for this president or voting for this other president. So what we do, we take that as a spoiled vote. So all we want is that if he is supposed to sign or to tick, he would tick just inside that box belonging to that aspirant.
Sure.
That is for the same. Now, if he is voting, if he wants, let's say, an MCA for Gatundu South. Now, if he is voting for this MCA for Gatundu South, if the MCA's paper has a color, let's say purple or white, and he signs it on a paper that is green for the MPs, that would also be considered as a spoil vote. So we have that criteria for whites for the MCAs, maybe for whites or greens for the president, such and such. That is what we do. Now we have Mr. Hama from Ghana, the former president. What we have done is that we have called him in Kenya for more, not for security reasons, but for more maintenance and regulating the Electoral Boundary Commission. So what we have done, we are not saying that we're incompetent in it, we just want a fair and fine election. So by having him and other dignitaries out there, they would come and make sure that this 2017, on 8th of August, we had a fair and fine election. That is what we're doing.
Well, thank you. The show here is in the heart of the nation. We're going to be going for a short break. We'll be back soon. Remember, we have in our studio Jimmy, who is an executive in the IEBC.
Sasa ni wakati wa kubonyeza na Safaricom. Bonyeza, bonyeza, bonyeza. Bonyeza. Bonyeza ushinde na Safaricom. SMS your name to 29555 and you could win too. Bonyeza, bonyeza, bonyeza. Bonyeza. Shika simu, shinda gari, shinda pesa. Wewe, shika simu, shinda gari, shinda pesa. Wewe, shinda wewe. Achie. 1 millionaire daily, 1 pickup weekly, over 1,000 winners daily in cash and airtime. Grand draw, 10 million shillings and a pickup. Kumbuka, nambari ya SMS ni 29555 na unaweza kushinda pia. Bonyeza ushinde na Safaricom.
Yeah, we are back. You're watching us back at home. Remember, today we're going to be telling you that we are in the heart of the nation show. Here is where we go to discuss anything to do with politics and anything. More so, right now we have election just around the corner. Today, with us here, we've got Jimmy. Jimmy, once more, we are back to you. This is an SMS that have been sent to me here by Wairimo Wanjiro. He's telling me I'm all the way from Kisumu. He's asking, what's the work of the polling officers?
The polling officers, Wairimo, I'll tell you this now. For the polling officers, their work is actually to preside over everything that is happening in the polling stations. Now they are above the clerks and above the representatives. What they do is that they make sure that everything goes as planned. The protocols are followed, and everything that is supposed to be done in that polling station happens in that day. That is what they do.
So my other question is, how do you go about the tallying? Maybe you can explain to us.
The tallying?
Yeah.
Now, there's been a commotion about that, I know. What we have done is we picked the president as the first in the tally. This is because for prominence reasons. The president is more so like the most public figure in Kenya. So what they do is this: since we chose the president, it's because people are anticipating who will lead the country. So we chose the president more so because it is what everybody wants, you know. And then we went down further. So like we going down. The next one will be the MP. Now I know there's there's been a commotion that we should have the president and then the governor because it follows that protocol. But what we chose is because this happens because now the MP, after the president, the MP represents either the county assembly and the national assembly at the national assembly. You know, at the parliament, these are the people that actually represent the both parties. Now, we chose because they are the people that actually go to the national assembly for major reasons like development in counties, development in the national assemblies, national government. That is what we thought. Now, after that, we chose the MCAs. Now, MCAs are people that, you know, they are county representatives, right? So people follow the county representatives who are actually also members of the National Assembly, right? So we chose that because we knew we wanted people that could actually identify the people back there, the people from the rural, to the National Assembly. So that is what we followed. And then after that, we now followed the senators, right? So the senators are basically doing the same as the MCAs, right? Then the women representative now, and the last would be the governor. Now, we chose the governor not because he's below all them, but it's because now the governor has less to do in his county. He's more like the president for the county. So for them, we can actually wait to see who is the governor. But seeing first the representative for every county to the National Assembly felt more prominent for that. So we chose that.
And you said that John Graham Mahama, the former president Ghana, is in Kenya right now. What impact do you think that he'll have in the Kenya election, maybe?
Now, as John Graham being a very immense public figure, of course, now we chose John Graham Rama because he should have this impact in Kenya because he's a public figure, not forgetting that. But he has this prominence that he will reside over the electoral proceedings here in Kenya. Now, him being a representative of electoral proceedings around the world, we chose him to oversee the electoral proceedings here in Kenya. And that he also once said that he has no affiliations to any party. He doesn't care if NASA wins or the Jubilee party wins. He's just there to oversee as a partial side. He has no party actually, I'm sorry to say. He has no party. So he's basically just there. He's not biased. He's not wanting anything to do with it. He just wants a very fine election just like we want. Yes.
And so the tallying will be done at the polling stations, or you have to wait until maybe the votes are taken to Bomas until so as to get the results, maybe?
Actually, we thought this way. The last time it happened in the Bomas of Kenya, it was a very weird day. It was actually good, just that people didn't believe in that. So we chose this way. Now, this time it's more of the votes being counted back at the polling stations. So the representative polling stations, or where these polling stations were down, every 290 polling stations, like you said, these polling stations will be counting the ballot papers. Now, when the election is actually done, the voting proceedings is done, this is what we do. We will be counting, having all the agents from every aspirant there. We'll have the presiding officers, the clerks, and we'll sit there and we will count them all, making sure that there will be no rigging of the elections, there is proper functioning that is happening, and we'll actually know who is winning and who is in the back seat, right? So I felt that was the best part, and it's because we thought, since the last time it happened in the Bomas of Kenya, this time we would choose a very different area. Now we would follow protocol in a more sense of the court proceedings. Now, if either aspirant felt as if the voting didn't go his way, actually, that would mean he would have to appeal either to the High Court or the Court of Appeal. So if he felt that maybe his client didn't get enough of his rights for the voting proceedings or the voting process, he would actually go to the High Court or the Court of Appeal. Now, this would only happen because we only chose this for the presidential aspirants. These other aspirants would have to do like a by-elections for them or re-elections. But the other ones would have to go to the High Court because we already chosen the president. But if you feel that this president, you felt like you were rigged, you'd have to go to find an
And
appeal.
if the agent may be, because at first, the agent is the first person to know maybe if the aspirant is offended or not. If the agent now finds as if he's offended and the votes were not clearly stated, maybe how many there were, how do you go about it, you
Now,
people?
it's simple. Now, since he is also among the people that are seeing the
Yeah.
ballot papers being counted, if he feels that these ballot papers are not being counted the way he wants, or if he sees like the rights of his clients are being tampered with, it is right for him to go to the Court of Appeal or the High Court, go and find an appeal where you can just say, I want this elections to be done again.
Yeah.
That is all. If he wins the appeal against us, of course, if he wins the appeal, we would have to do the elections again. But if not, and he feels it's the wrong way, and he doesn't even go to the High Court, there is no need. Let the person that is supposed to win. It's the people of Kenya that are speaking, actually.
And what about the extra papers? Because maybe there could be extra papers because everyone who is 100% that will turn up for the elections. Where do you take these papers?
Now,
Do you burn them? Do you take them? Where do you take them?
now, that is very confidential. That we won't talk about that. That I'll keep it to myself. But I can tell you the things that
You can't be serious, Mr. Jimmy. These people want to get the limelight about it.
yes, and because of security reasons, and because this is more of a national security act, we would not actually. It is not in my privilege to access that. So I would love that you let me keep that in private. I'm so sorry. That is very confidential.
Okay, of late you have said that you people, you do stamp every paper that is going to be voted in. Every paper that a voter is going to sign in must be stamped. In case one stamp, maybe it's stamped on the front and maybe at the back is not stamped, will that be counted as a spoilt vote or what goes about it,
Yes.
maybe?
Now, the stamp officiates that the voting happened successfully. Now, if it was stamped twice, we have no problem about that. But if it is not stamped, then that was a spoiled vote. If the voting process is over and it wasn't stamped, we don't need that vote.
Oh yes. Today, remember, we have got Jimmy and he's taking us very fast here in our studio. Remember, this is the Heart of the Nation show where I get to discuss about issues that are going on in our politics and also the elections. Now I have a question here from somebody called here Robert Kinywa, all the way from Nakuru. He's asking me, what if there comes maybe any complaints that maybe the presidential seat was rigged, and you people, will you get into the case yourself or you leave it to the courts?
Now, like I said, now if this agent feels like his client's rights have been tampered with or have not gone exactly like they wished, this is what they can do. They can go for the Court of Appeal or the High Court. If the High Court feels as if we, as the Electoral Boundary Commission, should re-elect or do the elections again, that is what we'll do. This is the court. We don't have powers over the court. So if the court wants us to do it again, we'll do it again. But if they don't go through the High Court, we have no power over there. We just have to give the presidential seats to the person that actually won.
And so, in case, let me ask this, because it's a very crucial information, maybe the citizens would like to know. In case the system fails, do you have a backup for it, or else just sit there, relax, and maybe say something of that sort? Earlier, you had said that no, the people are suggesting that the internet be switched off due to the fact that people do maybe write things that are not real, and this could cause crisis, maybe. What are you planning? Do you have a backup for it, or?
Yes. Now, the only backup we have is using the court. Now, do not forget that this is a state. Now, everything that we do it under the rules and regulations of this state. So we have no power over the state, right?
Yeah.
So if people feel like the elections were rigged, it is not in your position to fight because someone lost. Now, if you feel like this person lost, that the clients or the agents to the aspirants would feel or would want to go to the court and do this for them. It is not in our power as or the citizens to actually go and start fighting out there. It is not in the, because once you start fighting, the arm of government will come for you. That is what we have seen, right? So we just have this one backup plan. it is not even necessary that we have to switch off the internet, like you say, because people speak, people say, and it's just us. We humans, we hurt by people losing, we're hurt by this. But once again, we should have a very fine and fair elections. And the only way to do that is to let the law do its work. Number one, let us as the Electoral Commission do our work. Let the state build its mandate on how we should do our work, okay? So no wonder we are an independent electoral commission, you know. So everything that we do, we make sure that we are not in any side. We are not affiliated to blood, or we just want a partial and fair elections. That is what we do.
Yeah. Good evening, my viewer back at home. It's my pleasure to invite you to our today's show. The show is The Heart of the Nation, where we get to discuss about issues that are going around in our country, and more so the electoral issues. Today with me here, I've got a guest. He'll tell us his name and maybe what he does. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My name is Jamie Miller, and what I do is actually I'm an executive officer for the IEBC, or the Inter-Electoral Boundary Commission of Kenya, and I oversee duties as an electoral commissioner, peoples and polls and how we vote, stages and everything that deals with voting as a process.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jimmy. Today we're going to be telling us about how it goes about the electoral or the election that are just on the corner coming.
Well, it's just simple. It's been something that has been there